Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to Let's Play .xg Volume 3. This is some type of artist, and last time, we went and fought Tri-Edge, / Azure Kite, / the Azure Knights, / who cares, because I don't think the game remembered they existed, because they just kind of showed up very quickly, and left after that. I'm sorry. I'm a little bitter. If you saw last episode, you'll assuming everything is settled as it is now, you'll have noticed that I had to cut out the video audio for that whole segment with them and everything like that, and it really bothered me. I mean, there were a lot of things that really bothered me about the events that happened last episode. I went on for like a 10-minute rant about it afterwards, but you know, regardless, it is still a part of the game that I feel like a lot of GU fans have, you know, looked forward to. So to just have the audio just be completely non-existent just really dampened me. It's like, it's not too important of a game. I mean, it's not too important of a part of the game, but at the same time, you know, it's whatever answer regarding Tri-Edge or Azure Kite, whatever you want to refer to him as. Like, that's when you get your answer, and it's just, the scene itself is so downplayed, and then having to cut the audio out, that was just like, that really bugged me. All because Aura's theme was playing. Yeah, I don't know. I'm new to like this Let's Play thing. I mean, I've done Let's Plays before. They're not around anymore though. So on this channel, this is like the first one. So, you know, I don't know. I don't really know what to do about copyright bullshit. And, you know, it's like, it's the same situation that's happened several times before, where it's just like Victor Entertainment is just like blocking the videos from showing up in 5 different countries, including the one I live in. So it's like, I don't know. I'm not monetizing these right now, so it's like, if you don't want me to monetize them, fine, but like, just to completely block them from being shown in different countries, it's like, come on, man. Why you gotta do that? I don't know. I was trying to look more into it, and I guess a lot of people have issues with Victor Entertainment and YouTube. Maybe it might have had something to do with YouTube Red as well. I don't know. It's weird. So here I actually had completely forgotten what to do, and I had to check the memoir that the game keeps. It's like, of all the times I complain about Haseo repeating where we need to go, it's like, this is like the one time I forgot, and like, I could have used a reminder. I don't know. I guess he said something at the end of the last video. I don't know what I was doing between those recordings that I forgot. I don't know. But jeez.
Is consuming all of the servers. Unfortunately, there's no safe place left in the world.
So we should all log out like normal people. But we are the ones that have to save the internet world. So tough luck.
We will take shelter in the outer regions. Let us prioritize the safety of Epitaph users.
Not normal players. It's like, I know why he said it. It's because like the Epitaph users are the only ones that can like stop Kubia, but it's like just Yada's history in this series. It's just kind of like, let us prioritize us, the special chosen ones, better than all those normal players.
We've already sent Kuhn and the others ahead. The general PCs who are still logged in have also gone to the Net Slum.
This place won't hold much longer. Let's begin. Commencing transfer.
You know, in all of these like games and movies and TV shows and everything like that, when there's like computer hacking and everything like that, I feel like there's just like this like overall like godlike ability to do whatever you want. Like, I always, like, wonder, like, what's Yada's, like, real-world person doing to, like, transfer all this? Like, how does one go about transferring all of this data to something like Net Slum? I don't know. But I guess all the towns have been destroyed by Kubia. Countless towns will cease to function. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. Countless towns will cease to... I'm sorry, it's just... It's so... It's such a weird choice of words.
Yet we did.
We did. And she said...
had no intention of coming to the world
pretty much.
or
Yep.
the network's salvation.
Yep. So why was she even in the game in the first place?
Perhaps that's because Aura is now a system without a voice.
On the contrary, all she seemed to be was a voice, Pi.
Perhaps just an aloof system. Aura flows along with the world. She is as the world is.
Calling her a goddess and worshipping her image is simply the way humans chose to see her.
Truth entrance.
Maybe that's the reason why Aura decided to leave the cathedral's altar.
Man, I wish you would talk about stuff that's not Haseo more often, entrance. You were like the most insightful character in this entire group of people. So welcome back to Net Slum, everybody. I can't remember how much I talked about Net Slum in that previous episode where we went there for the first time, but I think from now till the end of the game we're going to be stuck here, so may as well make the best of it. We don't have too much longer to go. I think I think the main story should be done in a few episodes. But This episode is gonna be just... It's a little shorter. It's kind of just like... I wanted all the stuff that happens in the next episode to all stay within that episode. So, unfortunately, that meant this episode was gonna be a little shorter than the rest of those in Volume 3. It's just about as long as those in Volumes 1 and 2, but, you know, whatever. Whatever. There is something really weird in this episode that I think is hilarious, and it's probably not that funny, but it shows up a lot. But, they put, for the subtitles, the phrase, "Man, what was all that about?" like, in incorrect places several times, and I just think it's... I think it's so funny because, like, it not only is it just, like, it shouldn't be there, but, like, it's kind of like what I'm thinking when I hear GU's story at this point in time. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see it when we go there.
I've moved the bare minimum of the Serpent of Lore's systems here to the Net Slum.
The bare minimum? Yada, it was an empty room with a rug. What else could have moved from the Serpent of Lore?
Serpent of Lore?
Zelkova's skills are equal to mine and yours, Pi.
Yeah, Pi, don't forget he's an ultimate AI or whatever. Oh, I'm sorry. Ultimate AI is Aura. He's just a really good AI.
Kubia's influence is causing an excessive strain on the entire network.
Necrosis is occurring in areas of lower tolerance.
Necrosis?
At this rate, the network
Back to the internet. I don't...
and eventually shut completely down.
Necrosis. Please let that be a word and I'm just ignorant, because it really sounds like a... Yes, Kun. It is the year 2017. Necrosis. Noun. Death of a circumscribed portion of animal or plant tissue. I literally thought that said circumcised portion of animal or plant tissue. So, cool.
At present, operations at all of them have become abnormal.
What?
They are currently trying all methods to regain control of the systems. However, at this point, no effective means have been found. If this continues, there will be meltdowns.
Oh
So, like, to use credit now, it is kind of explaining, like, why this ridiculous plot of all this dangerous stuff in an online game is going to affect the real world. But
doesn't that mean the whole
it,
human race
it comes so... it's so last minute. Like...
Then this truly is the
Like,
third
if
network crisis.
you were reading the news and everything like that in the game, this was all, like, being talked about for a little while now. It's still kind of, like,
is because of
last minute, though. I don't know. And they keep on, like, wanting to get rid of Kubi and everything, but if, like...
Zelkova, can you locate...
I don't know, and this is where I'm like, really kind of frustrated, because it's, like, they go back and forth between saying Kubia is, like, the anti-existence of the rebirth, which you can't really do anything about, because the rebirth is, like, it happened.
Even if it's
You can't go back in
completely
time and
pointless
change
to
it.
attack them,
But,
if we were to leave their
like,
multiplication unchecked, then
they also say it's the anti-existence of the Epitaph Users, so, like, what Yada was saying before to, like, Aura, it's like... You know, it's like the same thing with Kubia in the first game, where you had to defeat him by destroying the bracelet, because it was born because the bracelet exists in the world. So if you remove the bracelet, it disappears. So, like, I don't know. I think Yada had, like, an interesting point before, where it's like, why can't these Epitaph user PCs just disappear? Like, you know, get rid of them, remove them from the game, because then, in theory, Kubia should disappear, but, I mean, again, I don't know. It goes back and forth between saying what it's the anti-existence of, you know? It's just, I don't know.
We haven't fought against the anti-existence.
Haseo's making his dumb speech here.
Because
He's the hero now. Because he's such a deep character that went through a major character growth. So he's standing on his soapbox in his sleeveless sweater with his dumb fucking decoration on his neck.
yes,
And he, like, starts saying this like they gave up, but, like, they're all here, like, planning on what to do. It's like, this speech is so... It's like, why is it here? It's like, why is it being spoken as if they've given up and everything, and they were all, like, facing doom? They're all still, like, planning what to do. I don't know. It's like they thought, hey, Haseo needs to give a speech because he's such a changed character from the beginning of Volume 1, and it would be the perfect time to show how much, what a great man he's become.
Do everything we can. Don't you agree, Haseo?
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh,
I'll make the
I
arrangements.
didn't pick that up. That was another,
I believe this is going to
line
take
that
some
didn't
time,
really
so please,
match up with
look
the
around Net
text.
Slum in the meantime.
Oh boy.
It'll take a while to get the general players together.
Yeah, so since I was talking all over that, I'm sure you were
Prepare for the fight with Kubia.
so wanting to know what was going on in there. Zelkova's gonna email, like, every player in the world to ask them to help fight the Kubia Gamoras while they try to find Kubia's main body. Which, I don't know. Like, I know Kubia's not Ida and everything, but, like,
Haseo!
since they made such a big deal about Ida and normal players, I don't know. I feel like there's, like, some kind of... I feel like it wouldn't be wrong to assume that Kubia, if he can destroy the world, the real world, through all his, like, infections and whatever, that, like, fighting Kubia Gamoras would be dangerous to the player as well. I don't know. It's something that's always been, like, weird. Haseo! What a weird way for Saku to say that. It's probably the best Saku's ever sounded, to be fair, though. Yeah, and since I wasn't paying any attention to it, this is after Haseo convinced Saku to stick around in those emails. So now they're all embarrassed because they can't, like, be true to their feelings or anything, and they have to be their dumb whatever.
I'm only adventuring with you again because they're so hopeless. Just consider yourself an extra to Master N and Bo. You got that?
Oh, so we're on the level of Master and Bo, huh? Nice neon blush marks, by the way. Seriously, they were so bright.
She seems happy, so whatever.
Yeah, this scene here is like so weird. It's like,
General players to be
why is this immediately following like
log out and check my
such a big thing? And by the way, check your email or something. It's been a long time since we've heard Haseo say that, to check your email or something. Yeah, and they put this guild shop like right next to this other like garage door that doesn't have any purpose, but it looks like you can enter it. So dumb. Yeah, okay, and cheat alchemy. So I was mentioning before, when you're doing like the area hacking for data and anomalies in areas, you can sometimes get cheat codes. Cheat codes are just basically how you power up your dual guns. I think they have some other effects you can do with them too, but I get a little lost here. You actually have to go to a cheat code, cheat alchemy, yeah, right there. So you can power it up a little bit if you want. I think the more interesting thing that happens when you use cheat alchemy, though, is that your ammo capacity increases. So it won't take as long to reload, but I mean, it takes so little time to reload in the first place, so it's like, whatever. And there's actually two different types of reloads. When you reload after you completely run out of ammo, it takes like a split second longer. But you can also manually reload by just like tapping circle. And I think it's circle. The dash button, whatever the dash button is. And it's like just almost instantaneous. So yeah, there's that. I'm sorry, I'm still a little just frustrated with the whole last episode thing. It's still on my mind, it's still bugging me. I don't know, just it's really frustrating. YouTube is very, very frustrating. It's like you can't get like a straight answer about how to do things or why to do things from anywhere, so I don't know. I don't want to talk about it anymore. What's up, Saku? Yeah, we sent Saku some greeting cards just to find out a little bit more about her. I think some of these might have even been sent to her in Volume 2. Because, like, I don't know. I feel like a couple characters don't even respond to greeting cards, even if your affection with them is high, until, like, a certain story part in the game. So Saku's gonna be, like, sending you all her stuff now because you, like, you encouraged her to, like, live, or I don't know what you would really want to call it, since she's not really alive. She's like, I don't know. It's weird because it's like sometimes it kind of feels like Saku is like a split personality of Bo, and sometimes it kind of feels like it's like an invisible friend that Bo makes up and like pretends to be. I don't know. It's really, really strange. You know, I really like the idea of actually just, like, two people controlling one character. That would have made for some interesting stories. But they don't really do too much with that in here, except for maybe, like, at the beginning of Volume 1 when Haseo just mistakes Saku for Bo, or Bo for Saku. Like, in Dot Hack Sign, one of the bonus episodes, and it was a nice episode, too. It was kind of a sweet episode. It was like Mimiru meets this player that's controlled by three girls. I think they're all like high school seniors and they're about to leave for college. And they usually like take turns playing her. Like you see them in the real world and they're like all three of them are like around the computer, so they're like swapping the controller out as they're playing, but they were trying to like I forget, I think they were like trying to find a certain item or something like that, and it was like kind of like this sweet story about how they've been like playing with this character for so long, and now they're all gonna like go off to college in different spots now, and this is like their last time playing the game together. So Dot Hack Sign had like a lot of really cool like moments like that, and so like a lot of times when I like refer to the original Dot Hack generation, I'm not always talking about the games when they're like doing things better. I'm also talking about Dot Hack Sign as well, because it's like it's a little confusing because the first generation has all of these different stories that are about different people and different situations and stuff like that, and I feel like some of them, like Sign, do a better job about like showing what's going on in the real world and does better stuff with character development. And then some of them, like the games, don't have anything to do with character development, and it's really just about like the story. And I think that's totally fine. I think that's like kind of why a lot of people tend to like GU better and its characters better, because, you know, while I don't particularly care for a lot of the characters in GU, and I feel like, you know, character development isn't that great, I was there at a certain point in my life where I did believe that. You know, it just happened to be my tastes and how they've changed too.
Glad that all worked out. But...
Or I don't know. I'd say some of it's like I do find objectively bad nowadays, but whatever. It's subjective, objective, whatever. I can see why people gravitate towards GU, because at the very least, I can see that GU does make a big attempt to make its story around characters and character development. It just doesn't particularly work out well for me. But, you know, I don't necessarily think a good story always needs, like, a character to, like, go through, like, a change or anything like that. I know that sounds stupid. I know that sounds like it goes against, like, every, like, rule of writing and everything like that. But, like, I don't know. Sometimes if it's just, like, a story in an interesting world and characters are just playing their roles to move it forward, I think that's fine. So that's like why I kind of like tend to prefer the original series better, because Kite is, you know, Kite has very little of a personality. Not a lot of characters in the original .hack series has much of a personality. They kind of just have like their one little trope thing, and that's it really. But, you know, the bigger thing is I just kind of like the investigation into like the viruses and everything like that in the original games, and like trying to like, you know, get your way out of it. So I don't know. That's all. Maybe that I didn't really phrase that as well as I would have liked. But yeah, I don't know. I that's something I'd like to like talk about. Maybe not in like this Let's Play, but like that's something I kind of want to explore more, because like I don't know. Like, I always think about my favorite Final Fantasy game as Final Fantasy Tactics, and that's a game that doesn't really have a lot of, like, characterization or anything like that, but I feel like the plot is, like, interesting enough on its own, where it's like, I don't really feel like characters need to have much characterization or need to go through any kind of growth. It's cool when it happens, like in 7 and 8 and, you know, most other JRPGs, but I wouldn't call it necessary, you know? But anyway, that's a topic for a later time. So next episode, we'll see you then. Bye.